What's up YouTube? This is Groudon Empire and I am back for another episode of my Pokemon Sun and Moon Battle Spot Single Laddering Series. Today's episode is going to be a bit different. We're not going to have a like goal. This episode I really just want to deliver on my promise of using this team for at least another episode, but also I really need to vent and just express myself a little bit. So there's not going to be a like goal for this episode, and that doesn't mean you don't have to leave your feedback. Please, your feedback is greatly appreciated, but this is more so to really express myself. So hopefully you guys can deliver on your feedback in the comment section, because I really want to know how you guys feel after I explain to you guys what I'm talking about. So we're using the Gary Oak themed team that I used in a previous episode, and I'll talk more about it as we look for an opponent and what have you. Now, what I really need to talk about here is, let's wait till my, okay, so do you guys see my points down below? I'll just pick a music real quick. I actually had, so basically I had like 1870, 1880 or something like that points. And we find our first opponent. I'm just gonna take, oh my god, take a snippet of their team and then we'll go from there. Alright, so they have the Lucario, the Salamence, Porygon Z, Golisopod. Okay. I like Rhyperior. And then I like Gyarados a lot. Gyarados is amazing as always. I don't know if I want Arc. I feel like I want Arcanine, but no, I want Porygon too. I don't know. Hopefully this works out. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I had 3 battles. All right, they were all versus people that were either 100 points less than me or almost 200 points less than me. One of the opponents, 2 of them were like 100 points less than me, and I was winning the game versus them, and then my internet decided to randomly disconnect. I've played so many games. You guys have seen down there. I've played so many games, and our opponent starts off with a Porygon Z. Let's just talk about the battle, and then in between turns, I'll go back to expressing myself. I really need to express myself. He does have the Ice Beam. He might Z convert. Ice Beam is not going to do too much damage to us, so I'm just going to go for the Earthquake. If he does go for the Ice Beam, okay, he's going to switch out, that's fine. Golisopod, Salamence, okay. Let's concentrate on the battle. Because we have to concentrate on the battle. So I want to switch out right now into the Porygon 2. And we'll see what my opponent goes for. He might go for Dragon Edge, he might go for Double Edge, he might do a double. We'll see what he does. But yeah, so 2 disconnects. I literally only lost the points because of a disconnect. Twice. And they were apart. They were like 2 hours, or they were like an hour apart. There was a lot of time apart, and like I've had less than 10 disconnects since like I started playing Gen 7. So it's very random, but the timing cannot be more unfortunate. Both of them back to back. Alright? I took a break and our opponent goes for the Dragon Dance. I took a break in between games, like after the disconnect, because I was so discouraged. I'm gonna go for the Ice Beam, hoping that it takes the opponent out right now, and it should. But our opponent does switch the Salamence out into Porygon Z. You know, that's cool. We get a lot of damage out there. He might go for the Z conversion right now. I'm just gonna switch out into the Rhyperior because I think we survive an Ice Beam unless he goes Z conversion Ice. And if he goes for Ice Beam right now, we'll see how little damage it does. Hopefully, I hope it doesn't do too much damage. He goes for the Z conversion. He might be Dark type, but we do have an Assault Vest, and I think we do a lot of damage and we can just kill it, so I'm not too worried. Porygon Z is not the most... Okay! That's the hyper beam. And then he's gonna go for the ice beam the next turn, I think. That does a lot of damage. That's fine though. What I can do right now is I can go for an earthquake. I don't want to go for the. I'm gonna go for the earthquake, predicting him to stay in. Yeah. He's gonna go for the shadow ball. He probably knows I have the metal burst, so that's why he didn't go for ice beam. Earthquake is gonna destroy the Porygon Z because my period is absolutely powerful. But going back to my problem, so I am above 1800 points. You know, even if I get bad luck, I always find myself back in the 1800s. But the thing is, I was at 1860, and for just now, let's switch back into the Porygon 2 right now. But that's not. It's not even about that. All right. It's just about the fact that you play 2 games, you totally dominate your opponent, and you're winning them, and then disconnects happen. The disconnects happen, and it's like what's the point? Like, why do you play the game anymore? Because these are, and I understand some people might say maybe has something to do with the internet. Right now I'm gonna go for an recover, because he might switch out. I don't know what he's gonna do. I'm just gonna scout him out, so I'm just gonna go for a recover. He goes for the double edge. That's cool. Hopefully he doesn't get a crit. I'll be very sad if he does. I'm gonna go for an ice beam next turn. Well, this coming turn, basically. But the thing is, I've played so many games, and the internet has not done this. You know, when I recorded with Noved in the last couple of episodes? Okay, so right now I want to go for Ice Beam. That was actually in the same circumstances. So it's totally random, and it's extremely unfortunate that it happens like that. That I get 2 disconnects, and this Salamence is going to be down and out. And we're looking mighty fine right now. Mighty fine. We'll see what my opponent's last Pokemon is, but I think we pretty much win this. We have this. Yeah, we have this in the bag, guys. So this game is fortunately good for us. Unless the disconnect happens right now. And if a disconnect happens right now, at least I have it on camera, right? But no, seriously, like, it's so discouraging and demoralizing to have these disconnects. It's like, why am I playing this game anymore? You know, it's just like, it's very demoralizing, and I just feel like, so I really wanted to get 2,000 points this season, but after losing 17 points twice by disconnects, so 34 points literally on games I was winning, but I ended up losing because of disconnects. It's extremely demoralizing. How would you guys feel? I really want to know, because for me, it is extremely demoralizing that happened, and so, you know, the opposite of motivating. You know, it's like demotivating, and this Golisopod just fails to take us out. Wow. And like, you guys see, I just played this game, and it was such an easy win. You know, I had the 2 other battles, and they were I had them in the bag. But disconnections. But forget about those 2. They weren't alone. There was also a 3rd game versus a 1670 rated opponent, 200 points less than us, all right? 200 points less than us. And of course, they ended up winning that as well. And I lost 23 points. And they didn't outplay us or anything. That wasn't a disconnect either. That was literally them, you know, getting the perfect luck, you know, the perfect crit on the perfect turn, and then they ended up taking the game. And what's the point of that? You know, I lose 23 points, and then I lose 34 points, 57 points, literally because of bad luck. That's literally what it is. Because, like, the thing is, if I lose to a critical hit versus somebody who's my rating, 15 points due to a crit, no problem. 23 points, that's a big problem. That is a big problem. It's extremely demoralizing. Anyway, we look at my opponent's team. He looks like he has Trick Room. He has the Araquanid. I feel like starting off with my Rhyperior. I mean, he might have a Hydro Vortex Araquanid, So that's scary. I can Toxic it as well. Huh. Okay, so Arcanine. Shoot. This is going to be a tough one. I want to start off with the Rhyperior, because I like its matchup versus Metagross versus the Niligo. I want to have Arcanine for the Tapu Bulu. And I feel like my last Pokemon should be Gyarados or Porygon 2. I feel like it should be Gyarados. Right? Let's hope I pick the right 3 Pokemon. We might lose this. I don't know. It looks like a really tough matchup. But yeah, I mean, I feel better that I've expressed myself, my grief, because like, you guys, like, it's one thing to lose. That's fine. It's one thing to lose to bad luck as well. That's fine as well. But this kind of bad luck that I just got was just, it was like, it's so demoralizing. Like, it's not like 3 games in a row, 3 bad luck in a row. That's fine. That's, you know, that's Pokemon, whatever. But they have 100 points less than me and then disconnects. And then the other guy that was 200 points less than me. Oh my god. Alright, so this turn I'm going to go for a Metal Burst. I predict a Liquidation or something. A Scald. Oh my god, that did damage. That's fine. Metal Burst, here we go. That was a oh my god, Focus Sash. That is power. That is straight power. Anyways, I don't know what he might go out into, but I'm just gonna go for an Earthquake. We're gone now. We can't really do anything anyway. What's for the Ice Beam? That's cool. I like a Special Rock one. It's really cool. Like, that's a lot of damage. That Scald did a lot of damage. Alright, right now I think I'm gonna go out into the Arcanine and go for a Flamethrower. This looks really bad for us. We might lose. But hey, I mean, I can't do anything if we end up losing. This is a really good Pokemon. I can't really say anything about that. But, I mean, that's fine. But, yeah, back to my grief, right? Like, again, this episode is really about me venting because it's really, you know, a lot of things happen in Pokemon. Like, I know that. I'm not like some stranger to like bad luck happening in Pokemon. I understand all of that, but right now I am terrified. I'm gonna go for the Toxic. He might go for an Earthquake. I know I have a Gyarados in the back, but like he might go for a Swords Dance, and like I don't know, man. Like Garchomps are very scary. They are very scary Pokemon. Like, I'm telling you, Garchomps are extremely scary Pokemon. Like, I could have went out into the Gyarados, I understand that. But man, Gyarados, Garchomps are scary. Because, like, they can go for a Swords Dance, predicting that, and then they just win. They just win. So, right now, maybe he's locked. Maybe he's choice locked. Okay, he's choice locked. Tapu Bulu. Okay, Mandibuzz, that's alright. It could be worse. Alright, this next turn I'm going to go for another Dragon Dance. I'm going to Mega Evolve this time though. Because I don't want Foul Play to annihilate my life. I'm going to go for another Dragon Dance. And then I can go for the Ice Fang. He's probably Rocky Helmet, but like I think I need to go for the Ice Fang to get potential freeze, potential. Like it does more damage than Waterfall. And then on top of that, potential freeze, potential flinch. But you know, potential freeze is amazing. Plus, the damage. It does more damage than Waterfall. I think that's more important than all this other hacks business. Because Waterfall has 20% chance to flinch as well. Foul Play does... Whoa. 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 That's a lot of damage, guys. We do another Dragon Dance, he kills us. We literally need to get a flinch or a freeze or a flinch, otherwise we lose the game. I'm gonna go for the Ice Fang because it does more damage. We might miss. That's Pokemon. Yeah, so if we don't get any of the... Yeah, so good game to my opponent. They really had a scary team. I feel like we could have done better if I went out into the Gyarados. That's alright. That's alright. That happens in Pokemon. That happens. But yeah, I just want to have like 2 battles max on episodes. But like, I just really wanted to express myself in this this episode because, like, you know, I really wanted to record my battles when I'm over 1900. You know, at this point, I didn't really want to get more episodes out unless I was over 1900. But then 2 disconnects, and then like, I'm being paired up versus people that are 200 points less than me. That's already really bad on my part, because if I end up losing, and losing is natural, it's a natural part of playing, you know, I will be at a deficit depending on who I'm losing versus in these 3 games. But then 2 of them were disconnects, which is the worst because I was winning those games too, you know? And then that other one where, like, if I win, I get 5 points, and I lose, I get 23 points. But then I didn't even lose because I was a bad player. I lost because my opponent got that perfect crit. Not just any crit, the crit that mattered on the turn that mattered. It was, and they have 200 points less than me. So, like, what is the deal with this bad matchup luck with the person having over 200 points less than me, or nearly 200 points less than me? And then on top of that, the normal luck that happens in Pokemon business that happens. It's extremely demoralizing, extremely demotivating, and I just really had to share this with you guys, and I figured I'd do it while commentating an episode of me using this champion blue team. So please let me know in the comment section down below, what would you guys do? How would you guys like cope with this? How do you guys feel about it if you were in the same situation? Again, this is not about just any game, right, where you end up getting lucky, your opponent gets a lucky crit and you end up losing. It's not about that. It's about the fact that your opponent had 200 points less than you, and then they got that crit on top of everything. It's like, it's a very, very disgusting situation to be in, and I it's very, like, I don't think words can really explain how terrible I feel about all of that happening. But again, I hope you guys let me know how you guys feel about all of that in the comment section down below. I will try to get 1900 plus if it's possible, given all this bad luck, but we'll see what happens, you know. I don't know, but hey, this was Groudon Empire. Peace out.